What's up, guys? Today's topic is going to be called Korea versus the world. And recently, when I've been on Reddit and I've been looking around, I've seen a lot of racism in the StarCraft esports scene. And it mostly comes from people that are fans of the Koreans, and they are talking about like foreigners getting beat out or they lose. And it seems like people are like, oh, you're super racist, you don't want foreigners to win, and you only like Koreans. And I just really think people are getting the wrong idea and taking this all, out of context and perspective. And I really thought I need to do a video just talking about it, and maybe I can bring to light how some people feel. So the terms I kind of want to define before we go into it is Korea versus foreigner. Okay, so the reason I refer to Scarlet being a foreigner in the GSL is because in Korea she's a foreigner, and I kind of extend that to StarCraft esports in general because, I respect them and they're kind of the mecca of StarCraft esports, so even like I just don't understand why, they can come, like you go to another country and you'll be called a foreigner. That's just a totally normal thing. It's not a derogatory racist term, it's just the proper term to use. And for some reason, people are putting a huge negative connotation on it that is completely unnecessary. The next one is, culture versus race. It's the same thing I'm kind of talking about with Korea versus foreigner. And it's not that, Koreans have some superhuman genetic DNA that makes them gods at esports. It's literally cultural factors and how they treat the game on a, just a basic level. Like, families are into it. One of these pro kids, their dads probably watch StarCraft, like older brothers watch StarCraft. It's much more of a common thing than I think people realize. Oh man, that's how I got the NOS for this one, the triple size. Oh. Alright, so the main place I'm kind of seeing this is on Reddit, and I understand they're in these, Scarlet Innovation or Scarlet GSL threads, and people are really upset. And well, give me a sec here. Alright, collecting myself, man. I don't know how Thorn does this shit in one take. He's a god. So I guess I'll just kind of skip over where I'm seeing it, because that's not that important. Of course, we're all going to see it on Reddit and then, Twitch chat and stuff. I think why is pretty important. The reason why people are feeling this way and seeing it as like a racist context, and that, we don't want foreigners to win or anything. Like, I just appreciate the best people at the game and watching the highest level of play. I don't really watch European StarCraft or North American WESG. Like, I try to catch a few games, but most of the time I have to watch so many games from the Korean side, and I like their style and I like how they play better. God, I just don't understand why people are putting such a hateful spin on it. It really boggles me. So another place where I saw this a lot is in League of Legends. I was just googling like StarCraft racist esport, League of Legends racist esport, and it goes back to like 2012 when I guess TSM got dominated by like a Zubu. And there's all these threads, well, not all these threads, but there's a really big thread just talking about how they're worried Korea is going to kill League of Legends esports, and how they don't want to end up like StarCraft where everyone's just competing with the Koreans, and how boring it is, and how many of them want to root, for their home team and all of this. And even they were talking about what happened to the Koreans in StarCraft 2 like 4 years earlier. This thread I'm reading is from 2012. And people in the thread wanted Koreans to be region locked from other tournaments, and it's just crazy how that goes full circle. Because even now with the region lock, it's like Korea's super dominant, and then now there's no team, so everyone's super hungry and everyone's trying super hard, and it's just such a competitive environment. I just don't understand why people have to bash the Koreans for being good. And it's not like, yeah, like the foreigners do get some bashing, but it's just from like hardcore fans who would just shit talk over anything, and they would probably say the same. They would say the same "innovation sucks" comment if Scarlet won too. These are the type of people that just want reactions from the community. And yeah, so I was saying, like, a lot of people think it's not fun to watch, and I don't know why you can't enjoy high level play. Like, regardless, like, honestly, I'm not a big I'm not that big of a Scarlet fan, but I loved watching her play in the GSL. You know, they were such good games. They were super close. It was great. You know, I'm a Korean fanboy, but it still felt really cool to have, you know, like a foreigner, uh, a Canadian, like in the GSL. It was just so cool to see. And I don't know how you would be like if you're a Scarlet fan, like why you're even so upset. You should be so hyped that she made it to the GSL. Even the round of 32 is sick. Like it's not a bad thing to get knocked out. And I don't think anyone really discredits her. So I don't know. That's kind of an own tangent. That Scarlet GSL thing was just crazy. Um, yeah, I guess I thought I had a lot more to say about this, but it's just pretty simple, you know. Like I guess in conclusion, you know, I don't think people that are fans of Koreans and really like to watch, you know, GSL and ASL, I don't think they're racist for rooting for Koreans against foreigners. You know, I just think that's totally crazy. You know, I other sports are totally dominated racially. Like nobody, like the NBA is totally dominated. Uh, Soccer, football, Europeanly. What's wrong with an American rooting for Brazil in the World Cup? Nothing, because it's soccer. So why should that affect you in StarCraft? Like you can still vote for Sweden in Nation Wars even if you're from America. It shouldn't, God, like it shouldn't freak you out. And then, yeah, I guess basically the biggest thing is I saw a lot of comments and I felt like people were really upset, and I think they genuinely have the wrong idea about how we feel and kind of why we're defending innovation and all of this stuff on the threads. Because man, I wish you guys didn't think it was so racist and harmful. You know, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll have more videos soon.